for the starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And for the Nuggets, Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Peyton Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic, and it's Murray in at the point guard position.
I guess you don't need 2 hands when 1 will suffice.
Hey, as long as you don't lose control. And, Coach, you look at Vince Williams. That 7-foot wingspan is a difference maker defensively.
It sure is, Brian. He disrupts a lot of offensive action, both on and off the ball, forcing turnovers and blocking shots.
Oh, explosive move. Sometimes Murray doesn't get enough credit for his athleticism.
Kept alive. Outside for Morant. Left side Bane. And there's a pick. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. Morant, no good. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Nuggets. To the middle. Watson. And he goes in for the dunk.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Here's Edey. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks so much. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach, and we discussed his plan for John Morant. Coach smiled and said, I just told my guys to stay ready out there, ready for anything, because Morant can do so many surprising things. We just have to stay on our toes. Hopefully that flexible mindset helps the defense keep up with Morant's antics out there. EA?
Appreciate the report, Allie. And that one's good. Morant.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Morant. Outside, Williams. Back to Morant. From downtown. Porter pulls it in. Denver has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Stan, we know Jokic is one of the best passers this game has ever seen at any position, but his teammates will dish it as well.
Yeah, the Nuggets, by and large, are very unselfish. It's part of their culture. They only bring in guys who are willing to sacrifice for the team's sake.
Now here's Murray. He's got 7. Takes it inside, and it's Murray finishing it off.
What a dynamic drive by Murray, upsetting the defense and getting him to a shot.
Edey, that's good.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
1:49 left in the first quarter of the game. Murray passes to Jokic. Back to Murray. Outside Porter. And he drives in. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball.
Grizzlies ball.
Grizzlies trail by 4. Morant into the lane. And then Morant with the dunk.
Just electric. Ja Morant. I mean, someone you pay to see.
Here's Murray. Soft touch off the glass. Murray's got 11 points.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Pass to Watson. 55 seconds left in the first quarter. To the wing on the left. Screen by Watson. Brown passes to Watson. Memphis with a rebound.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Denver leading by 4. 29 seconds left in the first quarter here. Inside, here's Jokic. Pass to Brown. yanked it in off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant with it. He's got 5. He's got a piece of it. Here's Jokic. Good! Without a second to spare.
Oh, you got to have some real nerve.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Denver?
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And another thing they've done is look to shoot from the mid-range often. So far, it's really paying off for them.
So on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Williams. And it's Edey in at the 5, roaming the paint. Outside Porter. Jokic with a screen on Bane. Porter the pass to Brown. Stolen by Bane. Here's Edey, covered by Jokic. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul of the game. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Denver. It's a 5-point game. Jokic the screen. Brown passes to Jokic. Here's Brown. Williams defending. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And Morant gets it to go.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
And there's the lob.
Sees his man, threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Grizzlies trail by 7. Coach, another guy that symbolizes the rise of Canadian basketball, Jamal Murray. What an impact he's making.
Yeah, Brian, I'd say even more than just making an impact. This Canadian guard can actually carry an offense on his own at times.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
KBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and absence of skill deficiencies. Brian, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Murray against Bane. Takes a 3. Porter pulls it in. Denver leading by 9. Outside Murray. Out to the right wing. Tipped. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Porter with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. And the dunk by Jokic.
Graceful alley-oop from Jokic, a big man who can really move.
Grizzlies trail by 11. Morant looking for an opening. From deep, Bane. Rebound by the Nuggets. A minute 37 left to play in the half. Outside Watson. Puts it up. Can't nail the jumper. The Grizzlies have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. And there's Jackson on the assist from Williams. Jackson's got his first basket.
Yeah, the play naturally finds Jackson because he's so well positioned. He's right where his team needs him.
1:05 left in the first half of basketball. Brown passes to Jokic. The big man, Jokic.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Williams misses. Denver leading by 11. Outside Murray. Pass to Porter from behind the arc. Back to Murray. And here's Watson. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by Ja Morant. Grizzlies trail by 11. Payne surveying the D. Jackson the screen. Jackson on the wing. From deep. Drains the triple. Jackson's got 5 points.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Here's Murray. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And the Nuggets lead by 10. And we finished off one half of play. Nuggets ahead, up 10. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. Really an incredible game from Jamal Murray.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
They've got Russell Westbrook. Aaron Gordon is out there with Dario Saric. Then it's Zeke Naji, and it's Strother in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Kennard for 3. Offensive board to the left side wing. Here's Stevens. 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, you're going to struggle when you're forcing up shots like that.
Here's Strother. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Look out below.
You got no chance of defending him right there. Here's Stevens. Knocks it down from distance. Stevens has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Strother. Stevens with a rebound. Grizzlies trail by 10. The deep 3 from Kennard. It's rebounded by Naji.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook slams it home.
Now, you didn't expect Westbrook to back down, did you? I mean, he brings so much heart and hustle.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Wells, the pass to Kennard. Pulls it. Westbrook with the rebound.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Naji passes to Westbrook. Memphis with a rebound. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Pass to Stevens. Memphis the rebound. The deep 3 from Kennard. Here's Wells. Nails it from beyond the arc. Wells has got his first 3 points of the game.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
In the paint, Westbrook's agility makes him a tough cover. He just slips past the D and gets his shot.
Kennard for three. And another three for Memphis.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And that'll be Denver's ball as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets able to keep possession here.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Here's the pick. To the left wing. Huff, the pass to Bagley. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Westbrook with the ball for Denver. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Shots good by Saric.
And if the defense leaves a man open, Westbrook will find him. Russell's floor awareness helps him rack up the assist.
Stevens' shot is off. The Nuggets lead by 12. Pass to Najee.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
13 foul.
50 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Gordon from the arc. Offensive rebound.
Man, good whistle there.
These are his first free throws of the game.
That's his first personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for two.
No good on the free throw. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And finished off by Westbrook.
You can't give Westbrook a lane like this. You're just asking to get dunked on when you do.
Wells, the pass to Kennard. And again, it's Memphis missing. Here's Strother. And so it's the Denver Nuggets up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They put in work. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Grizzlies trail by 14. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Williams in at the three. Morant, no good. Well, the Nuggets shooting it at 61%, a terrific average. And the dunk by Jokic.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Outside Morant. Lets it fly. Got a hand on it. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. Tries a three off the inbound. The rebound by Murray. Murray's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside Porter. Murray looking around. Misses the three. Grizzlies trail by 16. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, you have to admire the size and strength of Jackson Jr. Just fantastic work establishing himself inside and slamming it down.
Here's Murray. And he gets it to go. He's 8 of 11 now. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. Well, Coach, there's an interesting story about Watson's draft experience.
Yeah, the story is, Brian, that the Nuggets were willing to trade to move up to get him. That's how much they thought of him. They weren't able to do that, but they were able to get him with the final pick of the first round anyway.
This goes to show you how important scouting is.
And luck.
Williams finds Morant. Fires the three. Brown grabs the board.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more. And the misconnection there, fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
The drive by Morant. You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day. Oh, it's stolen away. Bain against Porter. Bain, the pass to Morant. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by Denver. Porter's got his fourth rebound in this one. Outside Murray. Pass to Jokic. The three. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. And the Nuggets lead by 19.
Yeah, standing tall at the arc, Jokic buries it.
And again, it's Memphis missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Brown passes to Murray. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got his sixth rebound on the night. Outside, Williams. Pass to Edey. Back to Williams. Here's Edey. Outside Morant. Deflected!
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Nuggets.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just two tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jamal Murray.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Pass to Brown. The three ball. Morant with a defensive effort. Bain, the pass to Williams. Kicks it out to Jackson. Left side, Morant. To the right side. 5 on the clock. Here's Bain. And again, Memphis no good. And here's Porter. From outside the arc. On target from range.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Stan.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink.
you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. They've got Moody. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at center. Offensive rebound. Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
A guy who always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Jokic on top of that one.
Now here's Curry. Out to the right wing. Offline with his three.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Murray, no good. And it's the Warriors' ball. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Briefly spoke with David Aldridge. Talked about a lot of things, including how to try and slow down Steph Curry. He said it's the usual stuff. You can't go under screens. You have to contest without fouling. You have to recognize he will put the ball on the floor and drive if you overplay him. That's a lot to account for, guys.
Thanks, David. And so here's Denver after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Jokic inside, and Jokic slams it in.
Tell you what, with Jokic, you've got to foul him harder than that. This big fella takes pride in finishing through the defense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Nikola Jokic, Clark, is as skilled a big as we have seen. And when he has the ball, he can really affect the opposition.
Yeah, he's such a great passer, and he's got tremendous size. I mean, people forget because he's pretty nimble and agile that he's, right at 7 feet tall, 7'1", with really long arms. So he's a problem just from the size standpoint. Then you factor in his otherworldly skills as a passer, as a shot maker, as a basketball player. And now you've got something that's as unique as we've seen in, I think, the history of the game.
Post. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jokic with the screen on Butler. To the middle. And Jokic slams it in.
For all of his agility and craftiness, the slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
And the shot goes down. Curry's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Jokic, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Now here's Murray and Stephen Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Jokic with his screen on Curry, and that one drops.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Moody.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
The kick outside to Butler. 5 on the clock. Off target with his 3. The Nuggets leading by 7. When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
That's just simply outstanding focus. Butler is used to getting hit on the way up, expects to be bumped and jostled around, and still muscles his shots in.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun. This is why you gotta be right up on Curry, because he's a dangerous threat off the dribble.
Watson's shot is good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Curry. 7 points in the game. Pass to Post. Green up on top. Guarded by Porter. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Watson the screen. And here's Jokic outside. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Post misses the shot. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. 6-point lead. Jokic, no good. Here's Post. Still without a basket.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
The Warriors shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Whoops, they pick off the pass. That shot, no good. Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Denver Nuggets. Scoring, rebounding. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Aiden Watson is out there with Porter. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Curry always finds a way. This time, inside.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
Now here's Curry following the miss by Jamal Murray. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Stephen Curry.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted. There's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report. Warriors trail by 3. Breaks since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Impressive seeing Jokic go off like this. I mean, you can tell his teammates are being energized by what he's doing.
Butler from outside. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. They go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now here's Murray. 5 points in the game, and Jokic slams it in.
Well, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Murray against Curry. Banked in off the glass. Curry's got 16 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Drains the three-pointer.
And Jokic provides shooting for this team. He's the definition of a stretch 5.
Curry with him. Now guarded by Murray. Murray against Curry. Outside Butler. And here is Moody. Shot clock at 6. puts up a deep three. The long distance three is buried.
What a tremendous ability to hit from so far out. That's a big-time three.
Inside. Second chance effort. Inside is Jokic territory.
This is exactly how you should use Jokic in these situations. Feed that beast inside.
Green in the high post. Porter's there. Out to the wing. Now here's Moody. Defense right on him. There's Green with the three. Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets leading by 7.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Curry, that's good.
As a defender, it's got to be a futile feeling when Curry's in the zone like this.
Murray against Butler. Murray, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
They kick it out to Green. Moody the pass to Green. Back to Moody. Count it. Now just a 5-point Nugget lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Jokic with the screen on Butler. Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
How about the guard getting up? Jamal Murray flying to the rack.
Curry kicks to Green. Outside for Curry. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets lead by 5. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Gary Payton II, Podziemski out there with Buddy Hield. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Kuminga in at the power forward. Hit by Kuminga. Here's Podziemski. They get it back. The three. Here's Kuminga. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
The shot's good from Westbrook. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and roll. Once he senses he's got room for the pull-up, he's going to take it, and that's really one of Westbrook's go-to shots.
On the wing, Hield. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. That one falls. Hield's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Westbrook, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
You know, even inside, Westbrook, unstoppable. He plays with great confidence and also tremendous force for a guard.
Nuggets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-hand shots to fall. 80% since the break. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Denial. Gordon against Payton. The tray. They kick out to Hield. And he's good on the 3-ball. Hield's got 7.
There's the quick hands from Hield. Saw the defender closing in, then pulled the trigger.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Shoots over Podziemski. Westbrook, no good. Hield, the pass to Payton. Back to Hield. 1:53 left here in the third quarter. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And talking about Buddy Hield, he is someone you can definitely count on. He can score from any place.
Yeah, he's got great range, and his durability is just as impressive as his stroke. You know, most seasons, Buddy Hield plays in 80 or more games, and that is very much a rarity these days. And he's also a 40% career shooter from 3. So he can space the floor, and you know he's going to be on the floor whenever it's game time.
Pass to Podziemski. Outside, Payton. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Denver leading by 3. Westbrook with it. 9 points in the game so far. Saric inside. Jackson Davis defending. Saric, that's good. Saric has got his first basket.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
3-pointer, Hield. Hands it from downtown. Hield's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Warriors. Here's Westbrook. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a
second team. At the line for your Nuggets, Russell Westbrook.
Now, where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And one thing about Westbrook, he does not have a quiet presence. You know he's out there at every moment, and his production speaks volumes.
Jackson Davis in the corner. Outside, Payton. With the drive, and the basket is good.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Westbrook with it. Kuminga picks him up. Here's Saric. Buries it from 3-point range. Saric has got 5 points in the quarter. 12 seconds left to play in the third. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution.
11 seconds left in the third. Now Podziemski. Fires for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the... And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Warriors trail by 4. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Brown and Porter Jr. Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Murray in at point guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Curry does not just hurt you from deep. He is a clever finisher on the drive. Lethal at penetrating and finishing.
And Murray.
Mercy, mercy me.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
And it's sent back by Jokic.
Hey, give Jokic credit. He's worked hard on his body and his defensive game.
Green, no luck. Denver leading by 4. And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Curry surveying the D. Here's Jokic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his second personal.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Now, here's Moody. It's hauled in by Watson. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. The shot's good. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Back to Butler. Outside Curry. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. And the Warriors miss again.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Murray. Into the lane. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Moses Moody.
Well, that's a nice take and make by Murray, a scoring guard with tremendous skills and confidence.
Warriors trail by 11. Here's Curry, and he banks in the layup. Curry's got 24 points.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Murray outside. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Post. Drains the 19-footer.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Pass to Jokic. Oh, throw it down. Nikola Jokic.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
The Nuggets leading by 9. Murray outside. Jokic with the screen on Butler. To the paint. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. 28 points for him.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Now, here's Moody. He's covered by Murray. Fires the 3. Moody's shot is off. And here's Denver. They're on a 15-6 run.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Nuggets.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jokic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
14 foul.
Murray outside. Drives to the hoop, and it's Murray with the jam.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
.36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Here he goes. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Curry with the bucket. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Murray finds Jokic. Lets the three fly. Misses the shot. So the Nuggets win it. It was a fantastic. Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony.
Well, Grant, when you take a look. Look at this matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Butler. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Post in at the 5. 5 to shoot. Jackson. And the layup falls.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there, refusing to let the defense have the last word.
Now here's Curry. The rebound by Jackson.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Morant with the bucket.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And that's exactly how you attack length. I love how he doesn't lack assertiveness.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
And then Morant with the jam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Pass to Edey. There's the triple. Connects from downtown.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Curry with it. Butler, a screen on Morant. Here's Curry, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Curry's toughness on display inside there, just clashing inside.
Bane with a screen on Butler. Morant against Butler. Outside Bane. Jackson outside. Just 5 on the clock. No good from outside. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And that one's good. Green.
Draymond Green with only one thing on his mind when he gets that close, and that's collecting 2 points.
Pass to Morant. Back to Williams. Butler with a steal. And here's Green from the arc. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Green's got 5 now.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Can they get it? Here's Morant. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
Lets it fly. Curry's shot is off.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul.
Jimmy Butler.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Bane. It's rebounded by Golden State. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Edey. 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Pure from three-point range.
I mean, he's like a magician how quickly he gets that shot off. Was it ever there?
From deep, Morant drops in the three. Morant's got 9 points.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
A clear look for Green. The rebound by Edey.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Wow, gritty defense from Draymond, showing how tough it is, and great timing on the rejection.
Here's Curry. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Bain with a screen on Butler. Here's Morant. And then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. It's a tie game in Memphis. Quarter number 2 coming up. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Stephen Curry is out there with Moody. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's...
Oh, man.
Oh, my
He had the runway, and he let it rip.
Nice. Yeah, an electric player. Morant just bouncing off the contact and finishing on the drive.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Graham.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Here's Bain. The kick out to Williams. Outside Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson the screen. Morant no good. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. Pass to Moody. Puts up a deep 3. And Morant clears the board.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's Green. Oh, Draymond finishing himself.
Draymond Green making a good call that time in the open court.
Memphis trailing here. Morant looking around. Outside Bain. Takes the 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Bain's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Look at Steph Curry cooking it up inside.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Morant with a screen on Curry. Bain with it, now guarded by Butler. From deep, Morant. The rebound by Moody. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Outside for Green. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. They grab their own miss, and Post gets it to go.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
And here's Morant outside. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10. And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block.
Curry, no good.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
The drive by Jackson. Outside for Morant. Let's go with a three. Back to Jackson. Pass to Williams. Bain with a screen on Curry. Williams passes to Bain. Clock at 4. Over Butler. Bain, no good.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Edey. Morant, the pass to Jackson. From outside, off the mark. The Warriors have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Outside Moody. Pass to Curry.
Memphis foul. Edey. First personal foul. First team foul.
Memphis on D. Shot clock at 5. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Morant against Butler. Morant with the slam!
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going on, look out.
And here's Curry for 3. Easy money for Stephen Curry.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Stephen Curry getting it done for Golden State. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. As we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Brandon Clark, also Marvin Bagley out there, and it's Stevens in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pulls up. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Well, the Grizzlies shooting 52% from the floor so far. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Greg.
You know, really by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Kennard can't get it to go. The Warriors shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. They get it again. Second chance effort. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And that one misses. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Pajimski's shot is good. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Knocked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Hield passes to Kuminga. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Here's Hield, still without a bucket. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. And the basket is good. And it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
Well, he's a little bit more than just an outside shooter. Buddy Hield finding himself, that time maneuvers inside to get good position.
Kennard for three. He buries it from three. Kennard's got 6.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And he's going for the lob. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. 2 points. That one goes. And it's a tie ball game.
Once he saw the smaller defender guarding him, he took it right to the rack.
Payton up top. Hield up top. And the layup is good off the glass. Hield's got his second basket.
A little tease there from Buddy Hield, showing his explosiveness. Undersized, but able to convert inside.
Here's Kennard. Pass to Stevens. Payton against Clark. Clock at 6. Here's Huff for 3. Offensive rebound. Stevens, the pass to Huff. Oh, he missed the chippy right there.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's Payton. Tight defense on him. Hield for 3. The shot won't fall. Memphis has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Here's Stevens. Still no points. Kennard outside. Pass to Huff. Fader on the way. Pajimski grabs the board.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Outside Kuminga. 4-3. Knocks down the triple. And it's a 5-point Warrior lead. Up in time. The shot no good. And we've reached the end of the third. The Warriors on top, up 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. So on the floor for Golden State, Jimmy Butler out there with Green. Then there's Stephen Curry, then it's Moody, and it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
So Memphis ends up going with a new group. Green with a screen on Williams. Butler passes to Green. That shot is off. Grizzlies trail by 3. Left side Morant. Here's Jackson. And that one's long. And for the Warriors, they're shooting a fantastic 57%. Curry, a screen on Bane. Moody with it, guarded by Morant. Moody gets one inside.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Morant against Butler. And Ja Morant with the three. Morant's got 21.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that three.
Here's Curry. Williams grabs the board.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Jackson can't get it to go.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Morant against Butler. Look at Morant working the paint. Nice.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And here's Green from the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson surveying the D. Pass to Bane. On the take. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's eye.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Morant with a screen on Green. Pass to Edey. Kicks it out to Jackson. They set the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. The Warriors lead by 3. Here's Post. Outside for Green. Fires for 3. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson the screen to tie it up. Hauled in by Curry. Golden State has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. To the paint. Here's Post.
Second personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
At the line for 2.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
They set a pick. Takes a 3. Oh, Ja Morant from deep.
You would expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Curry against Morant. A minute 6 left in the game. Curry, a screen on Bane. Here's Moody. Oh, he nails it!
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Jackson outside. Pass to Williams. Back to Jackson. Now here's Morant. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
A bit undersized, his hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Fires from way outside. No luck on that one. And here is Williams. And so the Warriors take the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me see. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
And hello again, everyone. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Porter at the 3. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Wells in at the 3 slot. RJ, kind of a lopsided matchup tonight in some regards, but everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is the NBA. Anything can happen, and even lower-ranked teams are elite. We could still have a real contest on our hands tonight.
The rhythm, the timing. When Murray is in sync, that pull-up jumper is a thing of beauty.
Wells' shot is good. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And Jaren Jackson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Wide open look here for Murray. Brown. Here's Porter outside for Murray. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Murray's got his second bucket of the night.
At the arc, Murray is all business, knocking down a confident shot.
And it's Morant missing. The Nuggets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks.
Oh, my goodness!
Okay, that's just insane.
Woo.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
It's hauled in by Watson.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Morant kicks to Bane. Back to Morant. Driving in. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Morant against Murray. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Here's Wells. And it's Denver with the rebound. Murray with it. He's got 5 beyond the arc. And that one is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Bane up and in on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Murray against Morant. Murray the pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. No good from outside.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Murray outside. A floater. Porter looking it over. There's the triple. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Wells. It's tipped. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. Porter, no luck. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. I asked him what's the hardest thing about facing Nikola Jokic. He said the way he controls the game at the offensive end. He keeps everyone involved. He's a great scorer, and you have to keep him off the offensive glass. It's a tall order, all of it. Guys?
All right, thank you, David.
Showing off that vert. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
Jokic with the screen on Morant. And Jokic throws it down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Morant with a wide open look. No good on the three. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. They lead by 7. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Sweet little floater. Murray's got 7 points in the game.
And inside Murray's attacking mentality pays off. He just works hard to find his own shot.
And that one's good, Morant.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Murray looking around from deep three-point land. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nuggets.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Brown and Porter Jr. Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Murray in at the point guard. And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
Here's Edey. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Edey's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Murray against Morant. And it's Murray penetrating.
And this is who Murray is, a natural scorer who looks for ways to get himself going.
Payne against Murray. Now here's Morant. Guarded closer. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Remains Memphis ball.
Long range from the inbound. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Watson. Stolen by Jackson. Now here's Wells. He's covered by Murray. The three from Morant. Here's the screen. Here's Wells from past the arc. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Now here's Wells. Pass to Jackson. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Murray outside. And there's a whistle. That goes on Zach Edey. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Murray outside. The Nuggets with another miss.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Payne, no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green, says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. BA thanks. And a wide open look for Payne. And the lead is down inside single digits. Baines got 5 points so far. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
It's his first trip to the line. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
The Nuggets leading by 9. Pass to Jokic. Unloads. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And it's 6 points for Jokic.
And you just can't give Jokic any breathing room because he is a threat to fire from anywhere.
And it's Morant missing.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
And the 3 ball is good. Murray's got the lead up to 14 now for Denver.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Morant with the steal. Wells kicks to Bane. Wells in the corner. And the 3 off target. And here is Murray. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Nuggets. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
They've got G.G. Jackson. He's out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Huff in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Here's Huff. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Kennard, the pass to Huff. Clock at 6. And the layup falls. Huff's got it back down to single digits for the Grizzlies.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
The shot's good from Kennard.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Another miss by Westbrook. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Pass to Kennard. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Here's Najee. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
That's why Westbrook racks up so many assists.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Here's Kennard. He has 6. Here's Stevens. Oh, good with the triple. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Gordon.
3 points.
Westbrook's got his second bucket of the night.
Look, you can count on Westbrook for a few of these tonight. This man has that shot down.
Here's Kennard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're behind right now, but you can't pin the blame on this guy. Nope, he's got to get some more help from somebody on his team. Help him. Help that man.
Here's Westbrook. It's good. Westbrook's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And if anything, Westbrook gets more aggressive against contact inside. He doubles his effort level in response.
Kennard's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Westbrook drives in. Saric against Kennard. Let's go. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. The Grizzlies trail by 9. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Najee. Nuggets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Gordon with no one around knocks down the 3-ball. Gordon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. And slam dunk by Saric.
Putting his high basketball IQ to work, Westbrook knows the pick and roll will open things up.
Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Nuggets leading by 11. Westbrook kicks to Saric. Outside Westbrook. Launches a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got the lead up to 14 now for Denver.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Yep, that one goes in there. Huff's got his second basket.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Westbrook. It's deflected. Pass to Stephens. Back to Kennard. There's the pick. A 3-ball. That shot missing. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Denver. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Peyton Watson is out there with Michael Porter. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. Looking to get it going. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. It's stolen. Here's Edey. He's covered by Murray. Edey gets the bucket. The Nuggets leading by 8. Jokic lumbering in. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 6 assists here tonight. Bain looking around. Here's Morant. Launches it. Bain, no good. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. From deep, Jokic. Here's Watson, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Desmond Bain.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Pass to Edie. Back to Morant. Nice look on this one. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
There are nights where the shots just don't fall. Unfortunately, I know how that feels.
Porter passes to Brown. Sinks the three-pointer.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Here's Wells. Morant outside. And again, Memphis no good.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
And on the drive, Murray can seem unstoppable. His agility cuts the defense apart there.
Jackson from long range. And Brown pulls it down. The Nuggets on offense. They've got an 8-0 run. From deep three-point land. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Brown's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Nuggets. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Watson. Hits it from three-point range.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He'll make you pay.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. But it's no good. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. It's stolen by Watson. Murray against Morant to the left side wing. Here's Brown. And there's the drive. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Wells with it. Now defended by Jokic. Out to Morant. And then jammed down as he goes right over Jokic.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nuggets.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. Three after three, it just seemed to pay off for him.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jamal Murray.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Memphis has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And here's Denver. They're on a 13-5 run here. Murray kicks to Jokic. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. And Jokic throws it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
From outside the arc, traps in the tray.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to get on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Puts up a deep three. Can't connect. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. All right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Along with Greg.
Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Hayden Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray in at the point. And for the Warriors, Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Green. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Murray from outside. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with it. As you might expect, he's got his hands full on how to deal with Nikola Jokic. Coach explained so much of their offense runs through him. He's always operating with the ball in his hands. We'll need to do our work early. Don't let him get comfortable when he has the ball. No doubt about it, the Joker is the cog in this offense. Brian?
As always, Allie, we thank you. And here's Curry for 3. Porter pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Brown. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And this is how powerful Jokic is, able to still score despite the contact.
Will stand in the highly competitive West. The Denver Nuggets continue to distinguish themselves.
Well, Brian, they are unquestionably a top team in their conference, and they're proof that smart front office decisions and patience really pays off in the long run.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there. I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And it's Butler with the jam.
This is why you must stay in front of Butler. When he's leaking out like this, he's focused on scoring.
Here's Brown. He's covered by Curry. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
Now here's Curry. He has 6. Outside for Butler. Back to Moody. Just 5 to shoot. Going inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And Jokic has a number of moves to choose from, especially deep inside.
Basket's good.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success. What? Wait! Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And here are the Warriors now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Curry with it. Checked by Murray. Butler. Rebounded by Denver.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Down low. And the dunk by Jokic.
With all the attention that Murray gets, smart by Jamal to dish it on that play.
But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Here's Murray. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Yeah, nice play by Murray. A big guard who is unafraid to mix it up inside.
It's tipped. Here's Brown. He's covered by Curry. And he drives in. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Here's Post. He's scoreless. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Jokic. Here's Brown. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. It's been all about Nikola Jokic for the Nuggets. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Denver?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And another thing, they've been on the attack tonight, going right at defenders with the ball in their hands early.
Jimmy Butler out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Stephen Curry, then it's Moody, and it's Post in at the 5. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Now here's Curry, fires from deep. Porter pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Here's Jokic. Oh, Jokic hammers it home.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Warriors trail by 7. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. And he lays it up and in.
Well, guys, I'm happy I'm not guarding Steph right now. On nights like tonight, Curry can do no wrong.
Out left to the wing. Now here's Jokic. He's got 10. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
And coach, a 3-time league MVP, Nikola Jokic joining Moses Malone, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. What a list.
Yeah, that's not a bad list at all, Brian. But what stands out beyond Jokic's skill set is the consistency that he produces with every night.
Everybody around him instantly gets... Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
What a creative slam by Butler, showing off his tremendous athletic ability.
A nice shot by Watson.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. You love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Launches it from deep. They grab their own miss. Outside for Green. Launches a 3. Green able to hit from 3.
One of the primary ways Green helps this offense, operating as a stretch big.
Here's Murray. And the shot goes in. Murray's got 5 points now this quarter.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Murray against Curry. Poke loose. Pass to post. Outside Butler. Down low. Butler drops it in.
Putting his body to work in the paint. Butler using his athletic skills to get it done.
And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Beyond the arc. Here's Porter. Here's Brown. Gets the three to fall. Brown's got 11 points.
A solid read from Porter Jr. When he makes quality passes like this, it helps his team's overall chemistry.
And it's Butler knocking down the three.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Here's post. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
Murray from outside. Warriors with the rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Curry. Again, the Warriors score.
Using the mid-range area of the floor, Curry, an offensive mastermind.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jokic with a screen on Butler. Pass to Jokic. Jokic off the bounce. And the dunk by Jokic.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Stephen Curry getting it done for the Warriors. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the court for Denver, they've got Aaron Gordon. Zeke Naji out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Strother in at the 2. Here's Podziemski. No good, off the front rim. And it's Westbrook with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. The lead is 2. Into the lane. Jackson Davis grabs a miss.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
The Nuggets shooting an unreal 69%. Really special stuff here. Westbrook. Off target at the rim. The Warriors shooting an amazing 61%. Looking confident. And out of bounds. Denver will have it. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
It's Podziemski on the wing, pounded by Westbrook. Heel, the screen on Westbrook. It's Podziemski. Excellent D there from Westbrook.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Strother. Lays it up and banks it in. And now a 6-point Nugget lead.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
To the inside. Outside Podziemski. Heel, the screen on Westbrook. Pajemski uses the glass on the layup. Pajemski's got his first 2 points.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Westbrook outside. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and the intensity Russ plays with is exceptional. When he goes hard inside, it forces the D to act.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Pajemski. Right side heel. Fires from the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. The Nuggets lead by 4. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Westbrook, that's good.
Oh, unlimited energy. That's what Westbrook brings. No problems bouncing off contact.
Outside Peyton. Here he goes. It's rebounded by Najee. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. And here's Gordon from the arc. It's not going to go for him.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside Kuminga. Uh-oh, Kuminga on the take. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Westbrook taking his time here. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga.
Explosive in everything he does. Westbrook catches the defender a little out of position, makes a play, and draws the foul.
Warriors trail by 5. Now Gordon. No made baskets yet. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Coach, it's interesting to watch the career path of Aaron Gordon. He's gone from one role in his previous stop, then he arrives to the Nuggets in a completely different role there.
Yeah, Brian, he's become more of a third or fourth guy, and he's embraced the change. Everybody wants to be that number 1 or number 2 guy, but you've got to play a role to be a winner in this league.
And it's resulted in championships.
It sure has.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
No coverage that time. Westbrook's got 12 points in just the second half.
Love how Westbrook commits to his selections, not letting anything distract him on the 3-point shot.
Outside heel. Peyton against Gordon. Fires it. Again, the Warriors score. Denver leading by 7. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The drive by Westbrook. Missed it. 4 for 7 so far in this one. The Warriors have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Peyton hits the trifecta. Peyton's got 7.
More than just a score. Hield moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
Westbrook outside. Saric outside. And here's Gordon from the arc. Oh, it goes! He beat the buzzer!
The NBA never ceases to amaze me.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's Denver leading by 7. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team, and Coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. They've got Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler out there with Green. Then there's Stephen Curry, and it's Post in at the center position. That's the Warriors 5.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Jokic with a screen on Butler. Here's Murray. He takes it in. Here's Jokic. Jokic with a rebound and the putback.
So listen, I mean, whether you put a body on Jokic or you don't, he will sneak in there for a second chance opportunity.
Here's Curry. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Curry's got 22.
Now, he's leading the charge for them, but let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
Here's Jokic. Oh, Jokic powers it in.
Yeah, there's that guard touch of Jokic. Simply incredible for a man his size.
Nate Watson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Butler passes to Curry. Back to Butler. Pass to Curry. 6 to shoot. With the teardrop, Curry.
A skillful shot by Curry. He makes the short-range floater look effortless.
Jokic with a screen on Butler. Here's Murray. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Got a hand on it. Curry drives. Pass to Post. Unloads. Brown grabs the board. Denver leading by 6. And here's Murray. Got a piece of it. Butler with the ball. And Jokic picks him up defensively. And that one drops.
This is Jimmy Buckets at his best. Rising to a challenge and delivering for his team.
Jokic with a screen on Butler. Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And it's Murray with the ball for Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Inside, Jokic. The big-time strength of Jokic.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
And Post gets it to go.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Denver leading by 6. A minute 9 left in the final quarter. To the paint. Here's Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
Well, they expect this from him. And he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Pass to Post. Back to Curry. Releases. Denver grabs the miss. There's 45 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Murray for 3. Rebounded by Green. Curry with it. Guarded out by Watson. The three-pointer off the mark. So it's Denver now. 8-point game. The deep 3 from Murray. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Honestly, they're just down by too much to mount a comeback.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
For three, it counts. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. Get in. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby,
starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Williams at the small forward position. And for Golden State, Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Curry. Then there's Moody. And it's Post in at the center, filling out the middle. It's Curry outside. Drills it from outside.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
There's so many years in the NBA. You would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can. Curry's so good at working the angles inside, just adapting to the situation.
There's the pick. Bain for three. Rebound by Butler. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And the rejection by Morant.
Oh, bunny hops. Morant knows how to elevate and did there to get the block.
And Moody pulls it down. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Green with a screen on Bain. Butler in the corner. Now, here's Moody. Pass to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Green slams it in.
Draymond Green making a good call that time in the open court.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
And he makes that one. Morant's got 5 points so far.
And focus there from Morant. He just takes them all on and stays locked in on the basket.
Butler, a screen on Morant. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
They're just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, B.A. Pass to Post. Outside Green. Here's Post. Guarded by Bain. And Post gets it to go.
Such an advantage to have a big man who can dish it like Draymond.
Williams has a screen for Morant. Williams with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Bain. It's deflected. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Here's Moody. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Grizzlies trail by 9. And a wide open look for Bain. Again, the miss by Bain. Here's Moody. Still scoreless. It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound.
Not quite enough defense That time around, just lucky he was off.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Going inside.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Curry. 9 points in the game so far. This one for 3. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. Jackson from long range. No good. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. A lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Moody is out there with Curry. And it's Green. And there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Warriors leading by 7. Butler kicks to Green. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Warriors shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Pass to Moody. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Down low, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Post. The Grizzlies pull it in. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Bane passes to Morant. Puts up a 3. Good on the triple. Morant's got 11 points.
Something that Morant continues to work on. When he's hitting from deep, he is basically unguardable.
Pass to Moody. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists in the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And it's Morant missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Jackson kicks to Bane. Morant outside. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
And a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
They get it back. Edey on the wing, Williams. Memphis moving that ball around. Second chance shot. Morant passes to Williams. I'm beyond the arc. Bane looking around. Goes up with it again. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine. And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Green with a screen for Curry. To the inside. And the rejection by Jackson. Down low. Here's Edey, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Warriors leading by 5. Curry with it. He's got 9. Pass to Butler. 1:11 left here in the second. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
Now the combo of strength and quickness from Butler, that's going to help him on the inside.
The 3 from Morant. Warriors with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Butler dishes to Curry. Over Bain. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
That's good from Williams.
2 shots.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Post. Green against Jackson. From the arc. And Draymond Green gets the 3. Green's got 7 points.
Well, he doesn't shoot it all that well, but when he does knock it down, it's demoralizing for a defense.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
3-pointer, Butler, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with a 9-point lead. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We've got Luke Kennard. He's out there with Pippen. And it's Huff in at the 5 spot. And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. Wells comes in for Luke Kennard. And Conchar subbed in for Pippen. Mark against Kuminga. Majemski on the wing. Here's Jackson Davis. Here's the 3. Shot by Majemski, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Picked off in midair. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Nailed from 3-point land. Hield's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Warriors. And for such a young player, Brandon Majemski has a mature game.
Well, Kevin, his intellect out on the floor, I think, is at an elite level. Brandon does such a good job of hovering around the basket to get rebounds. He advances the ball with the pass. He's driving and always looking for angles. So this is an advantage-created player, and Brandon does a great job of it.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Hield kicks to Kuminga. Lets it go from deep. Grizzlies with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kennard for 3. And again, Memphis no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, Hield right there on the heel, waiting for someone to get open.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
You know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. All alone, throws down the breakaway jam.
Nice play. Kennard brings the hustle, and he's tenacious.
Warriors leading by 7. On the wing, Payton takes it inside. Can't answer back with the dunk of his own.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
Here's Stevens. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Huff passes to Stevens. There's the screen. To the middle. A nice shot by Huff. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
Well, they're getting stopped, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, just helping them get back into their offensive flow.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Here's Podziemski, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Podziemski's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And in dropping that one, he stops a 13-0 run by the Grizzlies.
Kennard on the wing. 8 points for him. Warriors leading by 4. The finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Healed the pass to Kuminga. .102 left in the third quarter. Pass to Payton. 4 on the clock. From outside the arc, it's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Wells dishes to Clark. Clark sets a screen for Kennard. The 3 sinks the triple. Kennard's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Great sign for the offense when Kennard can start to handle the ball and make plays like that.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Kuminga against Clark. And he drives in. They kick out to Heel. It's up a 3. That one misses. Now here's Kennard. He's defended by Podziemski. Here's Stevens. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Warriors on top. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Curry, Butler out there with Green. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Post in at the center position. That's the Warriors' 5. Here's Green. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Morant looking around. Over in the corner, Williams. Morant against Butler. Nice move. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Morant.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
Curry goes inside. Drops in the layup for two.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
In the corner, Moody with it. To the paint. Here's Post. Guarded by Bain. They get it back. Back to Moody. Takes a three. And Desmond Bain pulls it down. And so it's Bain who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And here is Curry. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Williams, a screen on Butler. Here's Morant.
Oh, yes, sir. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And the basket by Curry.
And I just love the calm confidence that Steph has in these kind of moments. Give the ball to him, he'll do it to you every time.
Warriors leading by 3. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
Remaining in the game.
Moody the pass to Butler. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. .153 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Memphis making a change here. Kennard's checked in. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Butler on the way. From the baseline. And he hits the jump shot. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
If Butler can't get into the paint, he's got some offensive options. He has the touch from the mid-range.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Morant with a wide open look. Knocked loose.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Kennard for 3. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Kennard defining clutch with that one.
Bain against Butler. Pass to Moody.
Memphis foul. Desmond Bain. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
Now here's Morant for 3. Count. And now they trail by just 4.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Curry. And it's Morant with the rebound. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Bain against Butler. Pass to Edie. Here's the screen. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. They get it back. Morant with it. There's the drive. Oh!
How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Kennard for 3. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge.